Okay, last vid of the monthington. Market awareness, and I'm gonna talk a bit about consistency. Okay, so before this, oh my gosh, hold up. Let me put some Alka-4. One moment. Okay, back to it. But before I start, just like a reminder to myself that I'm gonna start using TopStep X like this so I can see SMT. So, because I don't have what's it called? What's it called? I don't have like this ability to have SMT like this with the triad on TradingView because I don't have the premium or whatever, whichever one it was. So yeah, I'm just gonna use Top Step for this, and yeah. Alrighty, so now just gonna talk about market awareness. I'm gonna use Friday as an example of how market awareness is like very good for to help us like determine fake moves, just to determine like where we're gonna go today or on the day. You know what I mean? But before that, just for overall, what's it called? For overall awareness, what we should always do is mark every standard deviation that we have on ES, NQ, and YM. YM, I'm probably just gonna like start doing like next week or something on that Top Step account. Cause like yeah, I'm just like I don't want to mark it all right now. But for example, here it was a 5 minute actually. For example, we see what the hell? Wait, what? Am I tweaking, guy? Okay, I don't know why the deviation was all the way over there, but same thing, same thing, same thing. So, like for example, for awareness, we could have both of these marked out, the same standard deviation, same manipulation leg, and just like in hindsight right now, obviously you can see that -2 can still be valid for a reversal, even though ES is at -1 if we hit a key level, and that's that's what we did. I'm pretty sure. Kind of getting sidetracked, but did we hit OTE? Yeah, we did. Okay, so yeah, just stuff like that. Just marking standard deviation on both assets can show us like cracking correlation between market maker models between assets, and that's just like so incredibly helpful and something that we need to like. I mean, it's obviously good always, but we should always be in flow state to see these like minuscule events in price that tell us what we need to know and that kind of just like give us an idea of what we're gonna do. So what that looks like is just full flow state focus, fully scooted into the desk, probably like listening to music or whatever. Then just staring at price, staring with the PD array, time frame alignment, market maker model, all that jazz. Let's look for an example actually. Oh my gosh, the pineapple I ate is so buns. Okay. Anyway, we can see here just off of pure hindsight that we have a buy model on the way, just with this first with these couple reaccumulations right here and this fake move up here, fake manipulation move to take this internal high so that we can induce it and hit EQ or OTE in this case, so that we can potentially move higher or open low high close. Well, yeah, it is going to be open low high close, but I just don't know where we're going to open low to. But regardless, every single day you want to get into flow state. That should be top priority. getting into flow state, and when you're in flow state, it's just so much easier to see when one asset is ready to reverse. And in such cases, we just need to align the assets and sync them. Like, for example, oh, I actually have a good example in my journal. Hang on a second though, because the journal looks ugly. Alright, let's just wait and see. No, I don't think it was this one. Hang on. I mean, this is a video for me, I don't care. Oh yeah, I got it right here. Got the screenshot. Okay, so an example of awareness is this. I'm not gonna go over the whole trade, obviously, but here in this leg lower, this hindsight 1 minute deviation lower on ES, on NQ obviously we hit -1 and we reversed off of that, but on ES we went all the way down to, it was like -3, -4, that range. We went to we went down to -4 on ES, and we manipulated true day open. So even though we hit -1, I know that we're gonna be ready to reverse because ES just hit that massive POY, and NQ is hitting this continuation PDA right here at -1 deviation. So I know that with breaker with Mandy right here, that we could just take a quick snipe straight up to our draw, which was all-time highs in this case. So yeah, just awareness like that between assets is very, very, very good. But it's also comes in the, oh my gosh, sorry, Serial, hold up. I just took off the page I was looking at. Okay. Anyway, awareness like that is very, very good. And also things like fake moves. I mean, also like for awareness like that, we also need awareness to like spot PSP. Like in that example I just showed, if there was PSP right at the bottom or something for a Kraken correlation, we need to be aware of that, because like in the heat of things, whenever like it feels like time is moving quick, because we're close to getting our entry, like if our heart starts beating and all that, we need to stay aware, stay calm, and be able to catch those things. But anyway, now I'm gonna talk about Friday's price action and why we did what we did and how we could have been aware of this massive dump that was to take place. Right, so I was bullish at first. I also don't really like count Friday as a trading day or like as a serious day, because I had the flu and I was just in bed, complete backshotted with the horrible analysis. I just had a fever, so many excuses, this and the third. Didn't feel good, so I'm just gonna let it slide. But anyway, overnight we see this 1 hour PSP right here. It was also on what's it called, on YM, but we had this, oh nice, we had this 1 hour PSP right here on this candle, and we were in -2 zone. So going up, that was the reason for us moving higher here, as well as this, the tap of this daily breaker right here, the top of that daily breaker also. And the reason that we should have anticipated this is because we haven't hit our draw. Even though we hit the daily breaker, even though we have a Kraken correlation, we can just assume that we're gonna move lower into EQ, because EQ was like the more important one. Because if we look here on daily ERO IRO, we sweep these relative equal highs as ERO, and we want to look to move into discount for IRO. And here we see discount aligns perfectly with this daily gap fill, so we know that EQ is like the most probable draw that we have. So when we edge it like this, we just know that, and we're all the way up here, we swoop this high, we know that we're gonna hold this S&T that we had. Let me see where. I mean, shoot, everywhere, twin. With these highs right here, that we're gonna hold this S&T upon market open, and we're just gonna fall because we haven't hit the draw. And this is why awareness is very good. I didn't have it marked out on Friday because I don't know, I was just a bum. But this forward deviation that I was using for this whole manipulation leg on ES, we can clearly see that this PSP is nowhere, or this PSP, this fake move, is nowhere near discount and -2. So we could just assume that upon market open, we're gonna reach lower into NQ's discount, and so that ES can hit -2, and that's just what we did. I might as well just look for a possible trade because I didn't even look, so we're just gonna do that right now. But yeah, before I get into that, that's why awareness is very good. And that's just a little, not even just awareness, just advice and tips, I guess. Okay, so with that in mind, we have a bearish bias, and let's just look for something nice. Okay, so we just completely fell. Okay, we have SMT here with this gap. Yeah, SMT here with this gap, 10:30, 10 a.m. What? That's 10 a.m. Damn G. Oh, so we just open high and then just fell. Okay, so 10 a.m. we open higher into this 5-minute Wick CE. We also, it's kind of like SMT basically. But we just see 10 a.m. open higher. We're just sitting there waiting for like a continuation confluence for us to go lower, because we're like, by this point, we're still nowhere near our draw. And when we see this awareness between assets, we see that ES hit this gap and NQ didn't. We can look for a continuation right off of that. And here, let's just see if it was EQ. Sorry if I sound sick. I feel horrible. My tummy hurts. I just ate something that's really not good for you. But we're going to keep it pushing. Okay, just barely missed that. It's fine, I guess. I don't think that's deviation. Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm going to say about that. We just had SMT with this gap. Then, oh yeah, I straight up just would have missed this trade. No cap. I can already tell. But this, after that 15-minute gap, we could just look for this breaker right here. And we didn't get a retrace into it, which sucks. But that's like the best entry I would have been looking for. Or oh, that's really it. That's really the only entry I would be interested in for this day. Yeah, so we unfortunately didn't get our retrace into the breaker, which happens. And yeah, I really don't think there was a trade for me to take. Maybe at 11, but that's just like not my trading hours. Yeah, 11, 12, I would definitely be gone. Yeah, I really don't have anything to say. Okay, anyway, let's just look for what topped us out. Okay, edge that, John. LOL, let's see what this bad boy hit. Nothing. Okay, that's cool. I mean, we hit -2, we closed above it, see the closes, and we wicked up edge -3.5, formed S&T. Yeah, the only really real PD right here is just this soup, that 4-hour high. Then we could just, I mean, we could just go lower, Loki. 5 minute. Yeah, I would probably just use a 5 minute breaker. But as I saw just then, it didn't get hit, and that kind of sucks. But oh my gosh, my tummy's feeling crazy. I sound so horrible in this stupid monkey video, but it's fine. It's just for me, anyways. I mean, yeah, this is Mandy right here. So here, oh, this is like right at the butthole of 10 a.m. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. All right, so here we could just like camp the 15 minute, and we see this very nice. Well, by the time 10 a open, we see this nice rejection wick right here. SMT close forming after this soup relatively close to this. What's it called? To this reversal deviation. I'm not even gonna reset it. It's all good. I don't care. Then let me change the color real quick. Then we see this breaker here. We interact with it just about a million times, but we're not interested in that entry because we want to hit discount first. So we hit discount here, and then we just see like wicks absolutely crashing out, going everywhere. But this inverse is where we're looking at. Okay, nice one, G. This inverse is right where we're looking at. Wait, no, not this. As well as this inverse wick right here. Obviously we didn't hit it, so this would have been like nice to just enter right here. Stop. Oh, that's a crazy big stop. Probably just CE or something. And stop on this body high for 15 points. And then we just ride it down to at least -1. 280 points. That's so wicked. It's like so unrealistic. But we didn't hit the entry anyways, and that's fine. That's completely fine. But 10 a.m. open here gave a fantastic entry. So we see 10 a.m. open higher for a temporary open high low close. Well, not really temporary, but you get the gist. And we don't form a bottom wick, so when we open higher here, we know we're gonna go lower, and we want 10 a.m. this inverse Devil's Mark CISD type of situation to support us lower into our draw lower. So here we could just limit 10 a.m. right after we close here, so then we could just market order this, or not really market order, but just we would limit 10 a.m. right when this closes below, even though it was that little bit below. Here I'll probably put stop loss here for now, like at the time being, just because according to order flow we shouldn't go all the way back up here. And when we form this order block, we get to this displacement candle. I'm like, oh yeah, daddy, that was gay, my bad. I'll just be like, oh yeah, back to business. I will definitely target -1, even though it's like so many points. Oh no, I wouldn't, because like my funded consistency. But this is just like in a perfect world. So yeah. Anyway, I would limit 10 a.m. Stop loss according to order flow, and then whenever we form this order block and we see like some displacement candles, I would trail stop to this high right here. And yeah, I wouldn't really trail, honestly. It's all just dumped so fast. I would just probably I'll probably be pretty aggressive trailing at first, because 30-point stop loss is absolutely barbaric. Um, yeah, so probably be looking to trail quickly, like at this candle, probably like 3 candles after it's formed. Like, okay, we formed it 1, 2, 3. So upon this candle open, I would be trailing my stop here on this high as mentioned. And once we close past this, then I'm like, okay, yeah, let's just go break even and just hold. And delivery had our back. Could have even had this as a TP, just right on the draw. Um, 320 points is just way too horny for me. So yeah, I just would never really do that. Yeah, especially that I don't want to hold for a whole hour. But yeah, that's like the trade in the ideal world. I kind of just talked your head off, but this is just a video for me. And lastly, I just want to talk about consistency. So for consistency, the real main thing is to stay with this model, stay with everything. 20 minutes long, what the hell? Is to just keep doing what you're doing. Um, keep on using standard deviation, these market maker models, these micro models, these like 15-minute Peter A, 1 minute Mandy type of situation. Just trust in it, trust in your system, trust in what you've built, what you made, and everything is gonna be okay. And yes, you have market experience, so you could just um, take trades based off of that, like not following a strict model. But having a model helps so incredibly much. And I strayed from Mandy, and that like provided me to lose so much this month. Oh, got interrupted, but I'm back. And yeah, just last thing to say is that I'm gonna stick to Mandy again. Back to my roots, the model I collected a bunch of data with. But I'm not gonna be so like tight in the butt to only use Mandy. Like if I'm just gonna look for Mandy. But if I just see like a good opportunity, like a different type of entry or something along those lines, that then I'll just take it anyway. But yeah, I'm just gonna revert back to that Mandy like reasoning, logic, way of viewing the market, all that. Um, yeah, just gonna always have follow standard deviation path, the current deviation path that we're following. Keep my draw in mind. Try to take trades to that draw, and just have awareness in flow state. And with the standard deviation paths, with flow state, with my real draw in mind for the day, then I can just spot these manipulation moves measured by standard deviation, and I can take trade to the draw. And with Mandy, that'll be pretty easy. I'll just be trading the way I used to before I got all cocky in my ICT knowledge and things like that. And the only real last thing to say is that I should not never look into other strategies, which caused me to fall off, so to say, so hard to begin with, like watching SRS on Twitch, watching Fearing, wait, not really Fearing, but just watching all these other people like Quarterly Theory guys. What I need to do is stop all that. I just only need to watch what I make, like the videos I make, and just pure videos that are in my mentorship, not my mentorship, of course, but in boys' mentorship. Only watch those videos, only consume content that is aligned with my way of thinking, aligned with my model, and so it can be valid for me instead of looking at other strategies, other trading styles, because they're not going to benefit me at all besides making me more confused and making me feel like I'm that guy. So, yeah, with all that being said, this was the last video for my goal on my whiteboard. I'm just gonna make more like if it like comes across my head, but just stay consistent, stick to one thing, stick to the system, and don't look at anything else. Alrighty, that's gonna be it. Goodbye.